Hi everyone, welcome back for another whiskey review. Now today I'm sitting here on a marathon effort to review 12 samples out of this Drinks by Dram advert calendar, which I've had for 5-6 years, well since 2018, 2019, and I'm on to whiskey number 3 out of this particular advert calendar, which hopefully, well, you would have seen the title, that's why you're watching the review probably, is the Starward Solera, an Australian single malt. Australian. Now, I've actually been to Starward. I went to it in March of 2019. I was in Melbourne, Australia, for a corporate visit for another purpose, for actually a rum distillery visit and a rum event. And I had a free day, so I hired a car to go visit Four Pillars Gin Distillery, which is another fantastic distillery out of Melbourne. But Starward is actually in the city. So we went to it and just had the most amazing tour given to us. Obviously, being from trade, we were well looked after. But being to Starward and sitting here right now, I can't recall if I've done other Starward whiskey reviews already. I'm thinking no. But one thing I do want to say is it just made me so happy to do the tour of Starward, having a look around, learning a bit more about what they're trying to do. Just made me so happy to see whiskey being made and aged at that scale in the Southern Hemisphere. I've been to whiskey distilleries in Scotland, in Japan, and in Ireland, and long history of making stuff. Japanese have got the amazing technology they're doing and the amazing systems. But to see whiskey being made at that scale in the Southern Hemisphere, in Australia, it actually genuinely made me very happy that so much effort is being put into making a spirit at a bigger scale, but pulling on also local stuff. So in this case, they've used all 100% Australian grown single malt barley, malted barley. And all the casks are also from Australia. So really Aussie affair happening here. But all the barley, the water obviously will be local, and the barrels are all Australian. And in this case, what they've done is use X barrels that have held a particular wine, which is very similar in style to Spanish sherry, but doesn't specify which one in particular. And my own knowledge of sherry is not all that great, but in my notes it says here, matured exclusively in recoopered and resized Apera, A-P-E-R-A, an Australian fortified wine not dissimilar to Spanish sherry barrels. Now this excites me because most of the Starward whiskey I've tried has been aged in ex-red wine barrels from around Australia. They've done some other really crazy, they've done a ginger beer cask and all this other kind of mad experiments, but predominantly Starward's heart and core is around them using and pulling on their big resource, their own local resource of ex-red wine cask and aging the whiskey in it. But in this case, they've gone and tried something different, pulling on casks, again locally, but having had wine which is similar to sherry, which should present a good result. ABV-wise, 43% ABV. Well, the sweetness is already coming to me on the nose, actually. But yeah, let's get into it. I'm actually quite excited about this, because I might want a bottle of it after I finish reviewing it. Oh, sweet, so sweet. Their raisiny sweetness is just, wow. And this is the thing though, I personally like Starward and I have an emotional connection with the distillery because I've been there, I've met the people there, I kind of understand the spirit of it, the spirit being made, but also the actual spirit of the distillery. What are they all about? What are the people like? But in terms of recommending it to other people, I genuinely struggle. People don't want Australian single malt, especially in New Zealand. We're too spoiled There's so much bourbon, so much Scotch whiskey, so much Irish whiskey coming here at a pretty decent price. People don't want to know about Starward, and I've really genuinely struggled to get people to understand how unique they are. I mean, for around $100, that's what this retails for, around $100 to $110, you've got a sherry cask age. Well, not quite sherry, Apera, Australian sherry-like wine cask. But for around $100, you're getting something really nice made on your side of the hemisphere, southern hemisphere, so close to us. And we love the Australians, you know, we like giving them a bit of banter, but we also like supporting other whiskey makers who, well, I do anyway, who are doing something cool and then trying to grow themselves and continually trying something different rather than a predictable old result, ex-bourbon cask and a bit of tired sherry cask use. Right, I digress. Back to this particular whiskey. Raisiny sweetness with just a hint of cinnamon, just a tiny bit. And maybe a little bit of honey. Oh, really good. I mean, I don't know. I didn't do the research, but it will be a relatively young whiskey, I would guess. But the sweetness on the nose is just on point. Really, really good. And I think if I served it up during a blind tasting, the nose in particular on this will make a lot of people very happy. All right, let's try it. See what's it like on the palate. Wow. Just, there's a dryness to it. Not quite like the Talamadu, which I tried before, which was just a complete waste of my time. But the gentle spice is there, very warming on the palate. Very, very warming, as you expected it to be. The gentle spice, the raisiny sweetness is just mouth-watering. Wow. For a 43% ABV whiskey being aged not too far from where I live. I mean, it's in Australia, but it's not as far as Scotland, Japan, and Ireland. This is really fantastic. Really, really fantastic. And sitting here talking and describing this whiskey, all I can think about is how I'm going to get a bottle. And I'm going to get a bottle and actually make it one of my daily drams, because at around $110, $115, wherever it sits, it is fantastic value for money. Then drink another country's 10 or 12-year-old at 40%, and having, well, not much. Really good. I wish I had a bottle right now. This is really, really good whiskey for the money, especially from a country that's sort of trying to establish itself as a bit of a whiskey powerhouse. There's so many great new distilleries that have popped up all around Australia. Starward being one of the bigger ones now. Get a bottle. That would be my recommendation. Get amongst it. It's such a good whiskey. Worth the try once for around $100. But that's all I'm going to say about this particular whiskey. If you're liking the content, please like, share, and subscribe. Otherwise, I'll see you in the very near future for more whiskey reviews. See you later. Bye-bye.